Good morning. I wanted to go over with you guys today the elements and strategies that you'll be using in reading for today. The type of story that you're going to be reading is called a biography. This is page 200 in your writing workshop book. If you guys want to go ahead and pause video and go get your book and turn to page 200 so that you can read along with me and look at it while I'm explaining. So go ahead and pause if you need to and go get your book. It's the writing workshop book. And we're going to go over what a biography is. So today you guys are going to be reading the story Judy's Appalachia, and this is a biography. Biography is the story of a real person's life written by another person. So it's not written by the person who it's about. So in this book, Judy, she's not writing it. It's somebody else writing the story about her life. And it is usually presented in chronological order. That means in order of time, okay? From, the beginning of her life to the end in time. And it may include text features. So an example of a text feature is down here, a timeline. Okay, a text feature is like a picture or a chart that helps you understand more of what the story is about. A timeline is a kind of diagram that shows events in the order in which they took place. Okay, let's see. Find text evidence. Judy's Appalachia is a biography. The text describes a real person. The events in Judy's life are presented in chronological order. There are text features. And we went over the timeline. This says, find at least 2 text features in Judy's Appalachia. Tell your partner what information you learned from each of these features. So the kids in class at school will be doing this. You guys at home for 100% distance learning, you can just either tell your parent or find the text features yourself. So that's page 200, discussing what a biography is, and you'll be reading the story Judy's Appalachia in the same book, the Writing Workshop book. And then also you need to read about the strategy of rereading. So that's on page 198. It's back here. Okay, so just one page back. Okay, so this is a strategy rereading. Okay, it is a strategy that you can do while you're reading or after you are done reading to help you answer questions. And the instructions say when you read an informational text, okay, that is a text with factual information, you may come across information and facts that are new to you. As you read Judy's Appalachia, reread sections of the text to make sure that you understand and remember the information. So you're just reading it again. I do that all the time. I'll read something and then I'll go back and read it again, because the first time you're reading just to read the words, okay? Sounding them out, new words that you don't know. Then once you've read the words, you go back and you read to check your understanding, to make sure that you understood what you read. Find text evidence. You may not be sure what mountaintop removal mining is. Reread page 195 of Judy's Appalachia. So on page 195 in the story that you're going to be reading, it is talking about mountaintop removal mining. Okay, that's something that they would do in the mountains. Then you read it once for the purpose of reading, and then you read it again to check your understanding. I read that this kind of mining is a way of getting coal by blowing off the top of a mountain to get the coal underneath. Okay? And then down here, your turn. Why did Judy Bonds leave Marfork? Reread page 196 of Judy's Appalachia to answer the question. As you read, remember to use the strategy reread. Okay, so you can answer this question yourself. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual story. It is on page 194. Judy's Appalachia. Okay, so you're going to be reading the story here, her biography. Okay, it's a biography, a true story about Judy. You're going to read each section. Norfolk, West Virginia. Okay, that's where she lived. Mountaintop removal mining. Okay, we saw that in the strategies. Okay, working for change. Remembering Judy. Here's that text feature timeline. Pictures are also text features. Text features are just additional information, charts, data, pictures that help you understand what you're reading better. And that's it. So that's the end of the story. So you're going to read the story, and then in your Google Classroom, we have these questions that are posted. Okay? So after reading the article, Judy's Appalachia, on pages 194 to 197, reread the following sections to help answer the questions. So reread paragraph 1 on page 195. So that is, let me get it here. Oops, 195. Okay, so that's here, this first paragraph, page 195, and it says, why does the author mention the dead fish? Okay, so you might have to reread to figure out why the author mentions dead fish. Reread mountaintop removal mining. Okay, that's this section here, mountaintop removal mining. What is mountaintop removal mining? Okay, so you're going to reread it twice, maybe 3 times, to figure out what that is and why did Judy Bonds and her family leave Norfolk. Okay, and then you're going to reread the section working for change. Okay, that's this here, working for change. Goes on to the next page. What did Judy do to protest the pollution from the mining? You need to know what the word protest means, okay? Protest is when you're taking a stand against something that you don't agree with, okay? So how did she take a stand against the pollution from the mining, okay? What did she do? And then the section Remembering Judy on page 197, that's the very end, okay? How did Judy's work make an impact? All right, so you're going to need to reread this section to figure out how her work made an impact on other people. And that's it for today. So that's your reading comprehension, and I will see you tomorrow.